Hi everybody, it's Big Mama, and I am so excited to be able to show you my journal that I made for Dear Julie Julie Scrap All About It Challenge for October 2022. Julie gave us an opportunity to pick 20 items to put into a box, and we were going to make a journal out of those 20 items. She also did some mini challenges in a challenge where we were able to then, with those challenges, unlock some other things. Now, she gave us free items. Some of those free items were like our scissors and other cutting tools. We were able to use stapler, glues, tape. So she did unlock some other items for us to make it more like about 30 to begin with. Then from that, we were able to unlock a whole lot of other items if we finished our mini challenge. So I am way ahead of the game. I'm thinking this is really going to be easy. Let me tell you, when Julie has a challenge, the word challenge means exactly that. She challenged me. I love using junk, and so I receive my checks in the mail. I still use paper checks a lot. And so I love to do handwriting and I love snail mail. And so I'm old school when it comes to writing checks. I really like that, having a hard copy of something. And so anyway, I got this in the mail. And it says right there, I don't know if you're getting it backwards or it looks backwards to me. But anyway, it says for me to recycle it. It's 100% recyclable. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have to do that then. And it's already in the shape of a book. So I'm way ahead. This is 6 inches by 3.5 inches. And so I decided I'm going to make a miniature journal. Well, in making a miniature journal, I had this kit from Dear Julie Julie. I got her digital, and it is red, white, and blue children, and that red, white, and blue children have some miniatures. And so I had already had that, and I had, ahead of the game, I had already, oops, sorry about that glare. I had already cut out the pieces, and so I had all of the little itty-bitty miniatures, and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have this done in like 2 or 3 days. I just finished after 4 weeks. So I'm telling you, I was so delusional when I started this challenge. So here I am. I've got all of these adorable miniature things to work with. So I know I'm not going to have a gator. This is going to be a really, really small journal. And I am really, I was wrong. I was totally wrong. Julie, she gave us an opportunity and I went with it. I did everything she asked us to do. She wanted us to make, it was a five and dime idea, so you made 5 of something or 10 of another. They go in our journal, 5 and 10, 5 and 10. Girls, those add up. My, let me get it again. My itty bitty, this, it don't look the same, I'm telling you. It is not that thin. So she said we could use our scrap box. So because I'm really organized here, I keep all my scraps, and they are sorted from the little itty bitty skinny ones to the taller ones. I'm way ahead. I'm so smart. So I made Frankenpapers, which is where I glued the pieces together and I made nice sheets of paper. I even have organized my scraps on my book pages, so I'm going to be able to use them because I can use this box. And I'm like, yeah, look at all of that I can use. I am like going to make the most beautiful journal because I got such selection. I'm telling you, girls, I am going to show you what I did, but I kind of like to build up to the drama here because we're talking a real live, honest to goodness, Dear Julie Julie Challenge mini journal. And so she gave us ideas on how to be able to unlock even more things because whatever you print a digital on, you'll be able to use. And I'm trying to keep it really thin because we don't want a big wide journal. So I printed on tea bags. Oh my gosh, this I could do all day. I love them. Look at how cool that turned out, and being able to glue it down Makes everything look like it's 100 years old. Or two. Why not 200? You know, because it looks old. You know, once you get past 100, you could say 120, 130. It is like 100, okay? Just 500. 100 impresses people enough, okay? So then I also got to print on stickers. And so, yeah, I kind of cut this one and took what I wanted out of it. And so I printed on that. And so I have all of this to where I was able to make all the embellishments. I have 100, and I counted them. I have 130 pages in my beautiful journal. I was able to unlock lace and ribbons, and so I was able to make this journal look really, really nice. I was able to, if you had like a package of things, you could use a whole package. So like, excuse me just a minute. I know I'm getting wonky here. Sorry if I glared you with that light. I really had a hard time trying to figure out my lighting so that you guys wouldn't be blinded. I apologize if I blinded anybody. But look at that. Look at all the washi tape I get to use. But I didn't use just one, I used two. Where's my other one? So, because these are little minuscule ones. So I was able to, in those mini challenges, open up a few other items that I could use. And free them up, I guess, is a better word for it. And so I got everything I needed to make this beautiful, are you guys ready? Because I'm getting ready to show you. I named this journal Baby Huey because Baby Huey, I grew up with a comic book, and that comic book was a little duck in a diaper who was anything but little. Now, Baby Huey thought he was little. And I have a feeling this journal thinks it's little, because when you get to see this precious little darling, look at this. Look how pretty and precious this is. And it's got, I made some paper beads because we had to make our little dangles. And so I got my danglies and I unlocked my little gold beads. And this was our binding thread we could use for other things. And so when I sewed in the signatures, I sewed them to the outside. I was able to open up the lace and use it. But I made all of the elements for my journal, and I had to give it all the elements because it belonged to Huey. And so as I started putting them in here, I realized that Huey was going to be very large. Big, fat. It's not a gator. I call it my crocodile because I tamed this croc. So anyway, I was able to unlock some ribbons, so I am going to tie it closed, maybe, because it looks pretty cute just sitting there all open and ready to go. But so here we go. This is the front. That's the side. This is what it looks like if you hold it closed. Kind of give you an idea of the look of all this stuff that's in here. I gave it every bit of what Julie made us do. She is so... Julie, I think you should make your juniors first, and then after you make them, come up with a list, because once you find out how big these are, take out a few of those things. Or say, okay, girls, make the 5 and 10 and use one, because your journal is going to be a gator if you don't. But who would love to have this fat baby at their house, right? So here we go. Boing. And of course, the tassel, you got to have the tassel right in the middle, right? So I'm supposed to show you where all these elements that we made went, all right? So here we go. When I say I made Franken pages, let me find you a piece of, I'm never ever going to find it. Okay, so I took, here's a couple of scraps, And here's some scraps. Here's a scrap. This is, you know, I made a pocket here. There's a scrap. And so I'm like gluing things all together, making those scraps to make really, really cool pages. And, you know, some of my washi that I have. And so we needed to have paper clips. Well, who doesn't need to have paper clips? I mean, it's just, I got paper clips. And so and when I put in music paper, it's like I want it still to be a journaling page. And so I add more of those scraps for you to be able to write on, so that when you write your story in here, that this becomes a legacy that you can hand down to your family to be able to have. And so then here's one of our paper clips that we made. But then she wanted us to make her little tabs. And so then it opens out so you can write on it. So I have all of the elements in here, Julie, and I sure hope you don't like, oh no, you didn't finish the challenge because you didn't show me every page. 130 pages, Julie. I'm not going to show you every page. Just trust me. Doesn't this look like an honest face? I wouldn't do anything but feed this gator. It sat there. It was watching me as I was putting more and more in. I'm like, oh, you're full enough, baby. Julie's not going to know if I don't put everything in there. And it goes, feed me. And I'm like, you know, who's going to argue with a gator who talks, right? So I was like, just putting it all in there. What am I going to do? And so, yeah, I have all of the... I lined it here. I should have put a pocket here. You know, we need more pockets, but I didn't. I know you love pockets, Julie, and I cannot lie. But I didn't put a pocket on the front and back because I felt like it might be too much. Yeah, one more thing just may make it explode or something, but so I didn't. So here I have made like little envelopes because we had that envelope that we needed to make, and then we needed to do our edges. And so I had made 10 of these, and then we have our pockets and our journaling tags that, who wouldn't love to write on that, right? Or maybe I wipe the table up with that. So, and then, you know, as you turn the pages and you see all of the wonderful things with Julie's Digitals, this little red and white and blue kids, I absolutely love them. I also was able to open up my magazine. I have a 1915 magazine and was able to cut out of the advertisement section these really wonderful things. And so this is my cluster. I didn't tear it irregular. I went ahead and did the clusters this way. And then this is another tuck, but then it's a flip out, and this is one of the hidden elements that she had us, we need to do hidden elements. And I didn't know what to do with all of the paper clips, so there's a clip there. And some more of this wonderful things, and then this, I put the tabs on the ones that flip out. I'd tell you where I got this paper. It's a good story. My nephew has a company that they were in the basement of a place, and they have one of those old furnaces where you burn papers and stuff in, and the building had been closed up since World War II. And in that furnace were old documents from attorneys' offices that they had put in there to burn up, and in the center of it were things that had not been touched. And so these are old documents from in the 40s during the wartime. So I go, yeah, I'll take them. And so I aired them out and Febrezed them and everything so that they shouldn't be too bad. I can't smell them, but then, you know, I'm an old lady, so maybe that's bad, and I didn't know it. So I made a dangly thing that is also a journaling spot, so you can flip that open and write in it here. And some more of those little pocket tucks with my clusters. And then here's a little pocket with a little girl, and Booyah. I know you're wanting to know where I got all the papers, and I'm sure that I have scraps of just about everybody I bought paper from. And I've got some old notebook paper in here, another pocket. There's some more of the ledger and stuff in here, pocket. I don't know if there's anything that is just going to blow you away, like, wow, that's totally awesome. I love the feel of it. I love how old it looks. I would love to write in this because of that old feeling to it. This is just a piece of paper that I made a rosette out of a dictionary page edge and just made it like that where you can write in it. Now I'm going to have to figure out where did that belong. I'm glad you guys are patient with me. If you got popcorn, go ahead and eat it. I can't have popcorn, so I'll have chocolate chip cookies, please. I made some little notebooks because I thought I'd make it a miniature journal. This won't take up any space at all. I'm thinking that all those minis, it's like Minnie Mouse, Mighty Mouse, yeah. It is a superhero made. I got into the glossy accent and that gold. Can you see how I glossy accent and gold pinned everything? And then there's some more of my little rosettes and a tuck. Terry brought me some things from London when she was here, and that was awesome. I've got little notebooks that I put in. Yeah, I want to be sure you've got journaling spaces, and it flips out so that you can write in there. So I'm probably bored you guys by now on all the things that I have done in here. This is a belly band that has a little tag inside, or a little thin piece of paper. Yeah, I made journals and I couldn't think of the word paper. That's a mental block right there. That's not a good one. Okay, and Julie let us unlock some doilies, and so this is one of the doilies I used as a stencil and got to use that for a tuck. And I had some more of those scraps that I just wanted to be able to use up, so you've got scraps that I glued in here so that you could have fun writing in there. And another one of those letters that you'll be able to... Isn't this the neatest thing, the way Julie had made those? And what I did was on one of my scraps, I just glued that down on there and folded it into an envelope shape. And so when I untie this, which I'm not going to for you because you don't matter, right? No, because I'm trying to hold this gator in place. It's just wanting to get loose. And so if I don't hold it, I'll lose my place and never find where this goes again. But this just unflips into a long piece of paper that you can write on. And then I put it right back in that pocket, and now I'm not lost my place. So here we go. And this is another one of those Franken pages where I've got all these pieces glued together, and then you open out and you can do some journaling. But I also wanted to have just a little notepad for you to write on here. And because it's a journal and we journal in journals sometimes. I've heard people say, well, they just don't know what to do with them, and so they look at them. And well, back when I was in school a long, long time ago, we were taught that the word journal meant that it was something you wrote in. So if you don't know what to do with a journal, you write in them, okay? Write in them. You write something stupid in it, and 50 years from now, your sweet, sweet babies are going to pick that up and go, oh my gosh, I'm not stupid. Look what Grandma wrote. Now that sets the curve. And see, you have helped them out. You have let them know that they're not as bad as they think. And so go ahead and write down anything, and it inspires them. inspires my babies. They're going to watch this video and go, that is one crazy big mama. So there you go. See, you got notepads in here to write until your little heart is just absolutely released of all the words. And so, are you guys having fun yet? Have you enjoyed looking at all of these wonderful things? I like to make sure that every one of these has a spot that you can write on, so that when you go out to eat with your best friend that you have not seen for 50 years, probably not a best friend by then, but it was 50 years ago. And when you go out and eat with them and you say, would you please just write something on there like, I owe you $50 or something like that, so that I can later on say, oh, that's right, she borrowed $50 from me. And you've got this that you can slide in your journal and have that as a precious memory. So anyway, we're moving on here. There's places to write and another little rosette. These were the little tags that we made that were patchwork quilt style. And then this, the way I did this pocket here is I just accordion folded it down so that, and then put the washi tape on it because I was trying to do something different. And that's one of those tea bags. 100 years old, right? You're like, or 200. This looks old. Wow. And Sandy made that? Are you sure? Because that looks old. Yeah. I know. You guys are sitting there going, it's got to be older than that. It's not. But it sure does look good. Tea bags will do that for you. Turns it into an old bag. So anyway, here's another one of those hidden journaling cards that's inside there. And this is Julie's dad's coin envelope that she had printed on, and so I use that in here. I love your stories, Julie. When you're talking about your mama and daddy, I'm telling you what, I just tear up because I miss my folks so bad. You do really good telling us about family. Makes us really close to your kin. It really does. So there's that page. And then she also had this fans in different sizes, and so I put that one there, and it's just another little pocket there. And we're getting down to it. We're coming to the end. You guys, this is almost the end of the drama. And there's that. And we're coming around here with the double pocket. I know you're just like, oh, I want to see what that pocket looks like. There it is. Doing off. Ooh, ah. Oh, and nope, I was going to say we had guest tickets, and I guess I didn't use them in this one. I did do the challenge, though, and there's that card, space to write, little flippies, and ta-da! And so, what do you think? I'm thinking I would actually read the comments. I read every one of them and respond to them because I love it that you guys talk to me. I'm going to tell you something you probably haven't guessed. I'm an extrovert. So when you're like even in the chat, leaving me a comment, I'm like, oh, they're talking to me. I got to send something right back. I want them to know that I saw that. And so, yeah, I answer every one of them. So if you want to send me 500 comments, I'm going to comment 500 times. Probably a thumb up by the time I get to 499. But, you know, the next person, So, yeah, I'm thinking sit it on the dresser just like that, or do I, and I like the little tassel right in the middle. I mean, you know, there's the tassel. That was naughty. So anyway, yeah, there we go. We can just take and close that up like that, and we can actually cinch it up because I freed up 3 yards of material ribbon that I could actually wrap around this puppy and get it closed. But doesn't it just, wouldn't you just walk in and go, isn't that the cutest thing? And look, even from the back, it's just like, I'm wide open. I am just an open book. There you go, an open book. So even if I lay it down on the table, I guess you can't see it. Even if it's just sitting there like that, well, the tassel probably ought to be moved by then. I don't know, girls. It's something that I think I would play with more than I would write in. So yeah, you're supposed to write in it, Sandy. Yeah, okay. So anyway, there it is. Julie, this challenge was very challenging for me in the fact that I was trying to keep the little girl to where she looked like she was on a diet because she's petite. But no, she is a round, fluffy little gal, and she got a whole lot of attitude, and she's got a lot of room to take whatever you want to give her. And because she took everything Julie had to give her, and she's still around. So you tell me what you think of my baby. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.